The Arctic feels like a world away from the war in Ukraine. But this is a region with its own geopolitical undercurrents and Russian ambitions. Vladimir Putin came to Russia's Arctic Forum and warned that geopolitical battles were intensifying. Example, Donald Trump's plan to annex Greenland. But did the Kremlin leader criticize it? Not at all.
In short, America's plans in relation to Greenland are serious. They have deep historical roots, and it's clear that the US will continue to systematically pursue its geostrategic, military, political and economic interests in the Arctic. As for Greenland, this is a matter for two specific countries. It has nothing to do with us.
What's more, even though Russia has been boosting its presence in the Arctic with more icebreakers and research ships and military bases, the Russians have an offer to America. In a region packed with natural resources, there are deals to be done.
We are open for investment cooperation in Arctic, and that could be in logistics, that could be in other areas where, again, it's beneficial to Russia and also beneficial to the US.
But before deals can be done, the war in Ukraine needs to end. And many people in the West accuse Russia of dragging its feet, of making no concessions or compromise, just laying down conditions.
Well, first of all, I'm focused on economics and investment, so I don't comment on political issues. But I think the only thing I can say is that we have a very good dialogue. And I think it's very important US is trying to understand Russian position.
Moscow seems confident that it can woo Washington with promises of lucrative deals in the Arctic and across Russia. And that confidence is understandable when you consider how senior US officials have been repeating Kremlin talking points on the war in Ukraine. In the words of one Russian newspaper headline I saw recently, US and Russian officials are now speaking the same language.
Is Moscow surprised? To find out, we tried to speak to one of the most powerful and shadowy figures in Russia, although he was in no rush to speak to me. Nikolai Patrushev used to run the FSB security service. He's now President Putin's aide. When we finally caught up, I asked, are you shocked by the speed of America's U-turn towards Russia?
There are two competing parties in America, the Republicans and the Democrats. When the Democrats were in power, they took one view. The Republicans have another. It doesn't mean that they agree with Russia's standpoint, just that they have their own, which they promote, and we can cooperate with them.
New partnerships, new alliances. It's beginning to feel as if the old world order is cracking, and that it's the Kremlin and the White House who are breaking it. Steve Rosenberg, BBC News, Murmansk.